I'm Anil Kumar, and as usual, I'm sharing some good questions from previous test papers. The knowledge of working with these questions will always help you to get good marks. Here is the very first question, which at times I've seen students making mistake. The question seems to be very simple. It is, for each of the following relations, determine the domain, the range, whether it is a function or not. The very first one is a mapping diagram. You can copy this question, pause the video, answer, and then look into my suggestion. Now here you have to be very careful. If you look from left to right, then you may see that 4 is linked with 2 elements on the right. However, the arrows are in this direction. So this forms the domain and that forms the range. It's kind of flipped. So you have to be very careful when you attempt questions in test paper. See very carefully. Now here is how we are going to solve it. So I've kind of copied the question from there. So the question for you is the same with a very minor change. The question is, for the following relation, determine the domain, the range, whether it is a function or not, and here is that mapping diagram. Now it is important to note that the arrows are from right to left. So the domain is this part. Do you understand? This part is domain and that part is range. You get an idea, right? So that is how you have to see it. Once you see it in this fashion, then it is very simple. If you see from the other side, then 4 is linked with many. It will not be a function for you, but actually speaking, it is a function since each element in the domain is associated only with or uniquely with one element in the range, right? So it is a function, right? Arrows are from left to right. So be very careful this arrow. Do you see that? That is what I want to bring to your notice. Now let's answer the question. The domain. So domain in this case is set of points in this particular side, which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's good practice to write them in order. So I'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Range is all those points to which they are linked. 3 is not part of the range. So in this case, it will be 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Whether it is a function or not, yes it is. Yes, it is a function. Now some of you must be wondering why I made a change. The change which I made from the question is that I have linked 2 also to 4. That is the change. Reason for that is that if I do not link 2, then it is not even a relation. You get my point? Because in domain, every element should be linked with one or more elements in the range. You could have extra elements in range. That is okay. Now remember here, extra in range, extra elements, I should say elements in range is okay, right? But not in domain. So that is why I linked 2 also to one of the elements. It could have been any, but that is important to understand. So the question papers, let me get back to this again. Now here 2 is not linked, so as far as I am concerned, it is not even a relation. So I just linked it because the statement is for each of the following relations, right? So I made it a relation. I hope you understand and appreciate the concept. That should help you a lot. Thank you and all the best.